Say that, my brother. Something that interestingly came up this week as well. In Africa, okay, the OAU, the Organization of African Unity, has actually said to the UN, look, any affairs inside our own borders, inside the continent of our land, we will have our own peacekeeping forces made up of African soldiers, and we will deal with it ourselves.
Yeah, well, that's right, because you see, this is another Grenadier, isn't it? I mean, yeah, but what amazes me about the Americans, the English, let's talk Caucasian. What amazes me, they say they're Christian and this is this and this and that, but you know, and they're so powerful and untouchable. What amazes me is that you're right about the bully scenario about it. It's America and Britain, one of the most powerful nations on this earth, right? Bombing to obliterate a country that cannot defend itself.
That's right.
Iraq cannot defend itself.
You understand? And
the people of Iraq cannot defend themselves.
That's right.
I mean, we're not talking about Iran and Iraq here.
No.
We're talking about America
and England.
And England.
The two countries.
The two most powerful nations. They're going to pound these people into the does that seem like a
humane thing?
Does that seem humane?
And we've got to understand as well, you know, remind the people that this is on the back of sanctions that's been carrying on for how long?
Yeah, well, we're fully aware of that. They're taking the oil out of Iraq, and basically, you see, this is all to destroy. You see, Russia is gone, yeah, and now I think the Russians are totally insulted. They feel totally insulted. Russia is no longer a superpower. They've got a little sting in their tail.
Yeah.
But you see, the attitude towards Britain and America towards even Russia and China is, well, who have dealt with them already? They can shut up.
That's right.
You know, and, well, you see, we know where the world is going to go. It's obviously destined to be controlled by America and Russia, unless somebody else, you know...
so tell me, Lee,
the
situation that we're in, don't you think, doesn't it feel like we have some, you know, we've got to have some input in the way that this world is going from where we are right now?
Damn right we've got to have some input, but what kind of input can we have?
This is what I need to hear.
We can just wag our jaws on you know, on Genesis, and you know, but you know, what can we do? No, I'm not saying, you know, I believe that the only solution in this is got to be down to a whole lot war. You know, all men, and that's coming. It's got to be a whole lot, or all men against all men.
You think so?
Yeah, all men against all men. You know.
I don't see. Listen. This is what I don't understand, right? There's people in other parts of this earth that would dearly love to just live in peace.
Yes.
You know. So how can we allow just one fraction of the Earth's population to make the whole Earth go in this direction?
You see, he was busy arming himself to the teeth, and he's busy dividing every nation on Earth. He's busy dividing every nation. He divides families, he divides everything, and then he set them against each other.
It's blatant to see, isn't it?
Yeah. And I mean, at this moment now, I feel totally insulted. I now have to turn off my TV. I now have to turn off my radio. I feel totally insulted that the garbage that's coming through on my, you know, my television, what I paid for, the lights now. I said too much garbage, the filth and the hypocrisy and the dirt, you know, that's coming through on my TV. You know, it's ridiculous. You know.
Well, you see, you know, I was listening to the show from last week, and one thing that Brother D had said and Brother Ron. This Christmas thing is about money, it's about alcohol, and it's about Trenton.
It's certainly about the devil's worship. It's certainly about the demon of this earth.
Thank you.
Christmas and all these so-called Christians, they can go to where they really belong, to hell.
That's right.
You know?
Because it's like they don't realize, and as much as you tell them, it seems that a lot of them is just doing it through choice. So
hell is where they want to march to. You see, because these so-called, you know, Christians, they sit around and, you know, and they talk about how, you know, holy
peace and goodwill to all men.
Peace and goodwill, and you know, and basically supporting an evil system that they know is to be a lie, is untrue, you know, and and all this wickedness, and with the leaders of the so-called Christian leaders of the world.
That's right.
With what's going on.
Where
Who
are
the
they?
hell is Tony Blair and Clinton to tell, intelligent people of the world, and insult are intelligent in that way,
Yeah.
to say that Saddam Hussein is a danger to the world and a danger to the... I mean, how dare they?
Like they're not a danger to the world.
No, but how dare they insult our intelligence? I mean, that's ridiculous, and that's why I have to turn my TV up. Not because I don't want to be told anymore.
For
You're
real.
right about that. Tony Blair is a stupid, pathetic little guy.
For real. And he
You know,
hasn't got enough bottle to even lead the country the way he feels it should be.
Yeah, and you know what I also want to say? I said to a brother the other day, I said, you see the disgusting thing what is going on in the world, regarding the Iraq and what's going on. And his attitude was, yeah man, bomb them man, Saddam is a dangerous man, he's a danger to the world.
Is it?
And I'm saying, brother, do you I mean, are you just basically a parrot or something?
Yeah. Have you checked it out for yourself?
And I mean, are you a parrot? I mean, are you sitting in front of that TV and just
Swallowing it.
And swallowing it? Are you some sort of parrot? I mean, didn't they send it to school? Didn't they give you imagination? Didn't they give you, Of course, I know all the white, even a good majority of white people in this country cannot really stoop that low to agree with what's going on.
No. A good majority of them is up in arms. In fact,
Up in arms.
they're outside the UN every night.
A good amount of them is up in arms because this is wickedness and it's wrong.
For real.
The world must know this is wrong,
For real.
And what I must, before I end my saying, what I think is even more pathetic is that people can say they sit on a thing called a United Nations. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Now, we are doing this because of some resolution that is previously passed. But, how can they knew that they could never get an agreement by all to do. So they decide, right, we're going to go out and bomb the country. And now, nobody can stop them.
For real.
Unstoppable.
It's out of order, man. It's well out of order. And the question I ask, because I really have to look at this and think to myself, these man is really on the road to destruction, and they want to. It's like they want to take down as many people with them as they possibly can.
Well, yeah.
They want
to even it out. See, this is strictly a racist and an economical war.
For real.
Racist war.
For real. But the worst part about it. You know what part I find perhaps the most disgusting about this whole thing, this whole war, in this case, in the statements that was made this week, is when these two so-called leaders, they both said, we know that the holy month of Ramadan is coming up, so we don't want to bomb whilst Ramadan is on. Now, I'm just an outsider looking in. It would appear as though the Muslim community, the leaders of the Muslim community, because if I'm correct with Ramadan, they actually decide when it starts. Now, it would appear that they made it start earlier so that this bombing would stop. Nothing stopped.
Nothing stopped.
Nothing.
But even more horrible is that what Tony Blair and Clinton literally says, especially Tony Blair, is to hell with Ramadan. What is Ramadan? What does it,
You understand? Well,
that's to hell with it. What does it mean?
Right. Well, that's the attitude that seems to be coming out. So I'm wondering now, from our Muslim community, I want to hear some people come and tell us how do they feel, because me personally, this is out of order, but it's like we're being set up.
Yeah, but please, let me cut you in there. Not only, I'm going to end by saying, not only is this war, this so-called war, is a racist, right, and it's evil and it's wrong. Not only is it wrong, but they're telling us they have no respect for humanity.
That's right.
No respect for religion.
That's right.
No respect for people. No, they have no respect. They will carry on regardless until we meet our objective.
For real.
And that is to obliterate. You see, in other words, what they're saying that we're going to remove this one man and we're going to put a puppet there. Right? We're going to tell the Iraqi people what is good for them. Even though they're bombing the Iraqi people are standing even more firmly behind their country and behind their leader. But they decide that they're going to tell X amount of millions of Iraqi people what is actually good for them.
That's right. That's all it,
and
doesn't it seem, isn't that it seems like it's a repeat of what happened in our history.
yes, exactly. You know, they've always been telling us what is good for us, and while they're telling us what's good for us, it's death and destruction that they have for us.
That's right.
You see, so in other words, what is fearful to us as you know, very tiny, insignificant black people as we are, is that if they can really do this to the world, what can they do to us?
And this is the worry, you know.
This is the worry. If they can just do that, you know, little old poor Africa, which hasn't, you know, what can they do?
For real. Know. And we're here in their backyard, much less. You know, that means, straight away, the West Indies haven't got no talk whatsoever.
Well, I mean, what is the West Indies? Is it just the dustbin of, you know, or the playground, or the sex hotel of the West, isn't it?
That's it.
Yeah?
That's it. The playground for the rich and famous.
Yeah. And we are supposed to be the ones that clean up their mess, you know. The natives are the ones who, you know, it hasn't changed, has it, really, from days of slavery. So they come in, have the fun, and we serve them.
So, Lee, how are we going to change it?
How are we going to change it?
Yeah.
We're going to keep talking like this, and we're going to keep, and from that, you know, communication is spreads. Because right now, you know, the phone won't go because people, they have an opinion.
Yeah.
But they don't know how to voice it. Oh, they may be afraid, you know. They're afraid a policeman might be listening on their telephone line or whatever it is. But people have got to stand up for their rights, and at least if they can't do anything physically, they must not, their opinion be known.
Right.
I am not happy with what is going on.
So even if they can't do anything, they can still make their opinion be known.
Be known, right? That then at least they, you know, you've put down your opinion. I know that what you're against or what you're for. So at least let's find out what people think about this, you know.
Okay, my brother.
You know? Okay.
Enough
Thanks
respect
a lot
for your call.
your time on the phone.
You keep it locked.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Are you hearing out there, London? Let's know what you think. And it's not even between you and me, you know. Because if you don't know it already, yes, Genesis is listened to by the most. So you let these people know, let this government know exactly what the black community's opinion is on this war crime, on this act of crime that's being perpetrated right now against our innocent people. There's no way you're going to tell me that you're going to justify killing 1,000 people because of one man. You're not going to justify it. Not in 98, when you're supposed to be civilized people. You're supposed to sit down round tables and discuss all of your problems and come to an amicable understanding and agreement at the end of the day. You mean to say we're still in the gung-ho days when these white people went out to America and killed out all of the Indians and went to Australia and killed out all the Aborigines? Are we still in those days? And went to China and tried to kill out all the Chinese? I went to India and tried to kill out all the Indians. I went to New Zealand and almost extinct all the Maoris. I went to South America and killed out the Aztecs and killed out the Incas and killed out whoever else. Are we still in those days? Are we? This is the time. You know, you hear a lot of white men saying out on the street, oh, this reverse racism, it's gone all wrong. You hear big white men in America up in arms about reverse racism and how blacks are getting the money for businesses and the government's helping them, the second and the third, and they're the ones that's suffering. Seen? If you watch the old-time movies coming out of Hollywood, what did the Indian man always say with his bottle of whiskey and his arrows and his bow? What's the one thing that all Apaches, all Comanches, whatever they wanted to call them, what do they all have in common? One thing: white man speak with forked tongue. Okay? And this is what Hollywood is putting out to show us. From since we was youths, we were spoon-fed westerns, gung-ho, John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, you name them, Lee Marvin, whoever, we was fed that. Have we got that mentality? Really? Is it all right for you know, the leader of this country? This is the country where you are right now. This is the country where you pay your tax right now. Are you going to tell me we are comfortable with the leader going out and making war and just telling us his justification is, oh, look, if we don't deal with this man, you know, he's going to deal with us. So let's go and take them out. On the same breath, this is hypocrisy. They will tell you, no country could be seen to go into another man's country and take out the leader. Them things can't be done. That's what they do tell you, right? Listen, people, open your eyes. The other day in Nigeria, you had the leader. One morning he woke up. By the afternoon, he was dead. You had the second leader, the elected leader, who was in jail. And by the time they said, right, we're going to let him out, the man came out on a bed, in a body bag, dead. Fit man, 2 of them. Huh? Wake up. You honestly think they're not going to take out leaders? You think this is really about that? It's not. I don't feel so. They've taken out enough of our black leaders. Look how they went down to Grenada. What did they do down there? Maurice Bishop. Maurice Bishop would have developed the country and brought the whole of the West Indies together forward. That now they'd be on a different level. Take him out. 0795-777-5477. It is a sad indictment if we do not have nothing to say. If you don't know how to put it across, then just speak from the heart. Because this isn't about how intellectual we sound. This isn't about how many big words we can use. This isn't even about how silly we may sound. Okay? You just speak from your heart. But this affects us. 0795 777 5477. Good morning, caller. You're in tune to Genesis Radio.
Good morning, Commissioner. It's Dawn from Hackney.
Yes, Sister.
You wanted a sound check. Well, yes. I'm not picking you up very well because I've got that stupid jungle station interfering, but I'm listening all the same.
Okay. Well, you're sounding very, very clear on to us.
Okay. I just wanted to say about this Iraq issue that I think it's absolutely disgusting, and anyone who actually believes Clinton and Blair are living in cloud cuckoo land.
For real.
Now, these people, UNSCOM has been in there for 80 years.
Yes.
And they've been through this man's country with a fine-tooth comb.
Yes.
They're telling us in one breath. And now they're saying he has anthrax. Those things don't work. You know, you've got to listen to what they say and then logically think. How can people be in a command country for 8 years and you still have all these weapons? Where are they?
That's right. And they've gone around the whole country.
Even into his so-called presidential palaces.
Yep. And you know what's ironic? Is that the first wave of bombings, you know what they was looking for? The presidential palaces. And I don't know if anyone has seen some of them palaces, but there is so much history steeped in them. History from before this country knew about history.
Well, I think that's part of the problem, because this country was what was called Samaria, wasn't it?
Yep, that's
and
right.
Of course, this is all happening, and you know, they want to do away with part of Iraq's history. So, and then, of course, but you see, again, I blame Saddam, because he fell into their trap when he fought against Iran for them.
Yeah, well, again, the man just got fooled, innit? And he was set up just like everyone else.
Big time. But history has shown how these people set up other people. And we will always fall into it. Now, my mum has always supported, I mean, she's in her late 60s, but she has always supported Saddam. And people are saying, God, you're radical. But she has listened to the information and seen what is right and what is wrong. And if you listen to Newsnight, although Jeremy Paxman is a bit of a bugger, the truth usually comes out on that program.
That's right. He tries to be as balanced as possible.
Yeah, the truth usually comes out. And what I'm saying is, fair enough, this man had all this weaponry, but what they're trying to do, I mean, and everybody should know, is weaken this man so that Israel can be the might in that area.
In that region. That's right. That's right. And it just seems like everyone's allowing it to happen.
Yeah, well, of course, because we all know, wasn't Israel the one that went into Iraq and bombed it when they were setting up some kind of nuclear station?
For real? That's right. They didn't want them to have nuclear power.
I mean, what everyone has to understand, this is not about Iraq. And I think Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and them, they're so stupid. Yeah. Because they're being set up so that Israel can have supremacy in that region.
Okay.
And this is, again, everyone's saying, the guy that rang previously said it was racism. It's not about racism so much, it's about white supremacy. How dare you think to defy us? That's right. We are greater than you. This is all about white supremacy. And if you remember at the Million Man March, Farrakhan said, for humanity to live, white supremacy has to die.
That's right.
And they all mocked him. And this is just a clear case of white supremacy.
This is white supremacy at its
Well,
fullest.
this is what it's about. We are better than you.
Right.
And you know, unfortunately, Saddam was a fool.
Yeah.
He was an absolute fool.
They set him up.
Set him up big time, because look at him. Look at what they're saying to him now. They're saying, oh, he's a danger. He killed his own people. He killed people in Iran. And remember, they set him up against Iran in the first place. And they're using Iran now against him. All I'm saying is everybody who believes what they're saying is totally ignorant. I'm sorry, maybe that may be a bit strong, but they have to check and think and look into what's happening here.
They have to, and you know why I'd say they're ignorant as well? Because I don't know, most people should remember when Thatcher was running things, there was a big scandal about the arms that was being sold to Saddam by England. A big scandal, big time. Now that's the same arms that today they say they're going to bomb out the whole of the people for.
Well, isn't it strange? They're bombing these so-called places where he's supposed to have all these planes and weapons and so on. Oh, yeah, but they're injuring people. So, hang on. So what they're trying to tell us? That these people live around these so-called places?
That's right. But yet these places are secret.
I mean, I think Butler was sent in as a spy. I think the whole of Unscum's are spies, to be quite honest.
And set it up.
Yeah, they're all spies as far as I'm concerned.
But you see, Dee, there's another theory as well, you know. There's a theory out there that all of these world leaders are all in one club. And
well, they are. The Bilderberger Group. You listen to David Icke, he'll tell you. Listen to David Icke, he'll tell you what they're in.
So that includes Saddam, Castro, Gaddafi.
No, you see, these ones that they've got something, these ones, if you notice, anyone who's not falling in with their plans, they've got sanctions against.
Okay.
So you look at Sudan, you look at Cuba, you look at Iraq, all these countries they've got sanctions against. These people are not falling into the game. The ones that they're friendly with are the ones that are falling into line.
So tell me something. The other day they lifted sanctions against Nigeria. What's that saying?
Oh, well, you know why, innit? Nigeria's giving in their oil and killing their people.
For real.
you know that's what's going down. And Abacha's dead now, isn't he?
That's right. And
Abacha wasn't falling into line with them.
Yeah, he didn't want to know what they was coming.
That's right. He wanted to set up his own thing, and they said, no, we can't have that. Not in Africa. Come on. You know, as you mentioned, Grenada. Grenada was shining a kind of torch that they didn't want the other Caribbean islands to follow.
That's right.
And this is what Nigeria was going to do. You know, people have to wake up here.
Isn't it just, huh?
People have to wake up. The West is looking out for no one else but the West. Now, if you know Russia and China are up in arms,
yes.
you know it's wrong.
That's right.
Russia went as far to recall their ambassador.
Russia's recalled the ambassador.
Yeah.
And America, in fact, has recalled all of their ambassadors, or most of them, out of the Muslim states in Africa as well.
Well, yeah, because they know what they're doing is wrong. Now, you see that fool that went and bombed Africa, Kenya, and the other thing. Why isn't he bombing what he's supposed to bomb?
You understand?
But he's going and killing innocent black people.
And then just telling us, look, you know, it's all about. And what hurts is that I don't personally feel this is kind of over our heads in a way. I heard what Brother Peace said about, well, the people are of the East, so they're our people. In a way, it's over our heads in the way that we have no control. We're not even talking about it. It's like our people don't even want to stand up. None of the leaders of the churches, none of the leaders of none of these so-called groups that know it all, no one is standing up and saying, look, as far as the black community is concerned, this is how we feel.
Well, no, because all of our leaders are in their pockets, aren't they? Our so-called leaders. And anyway, whenever have they consulted with us about our leaders? They put people as our leaders.
Yep, they've never told us or never
asked us. They've never consulted with us.
No.
We've had these people who suddenly become our leaders. And, you know, when you see them on television, they embarrass you.
For real, because they can't even defend themselves. Let alone the whole
or they're falling into line so much, you're thinking, well, why don't you go further up his behind than you are there already?
That's right, because you're not serving our purpose at all.
That's right. Now, you know, it's just very sad. And I mean, okay, Saddam may be whatever he may be, but wrong is wrong, and Britain and America are wrong.
Murder is murder, innit?
And Kofi Annan, oh, please. And the UN, oh, please.
When that Kofi was appointed, I tell you the truth, I did have a little hope, and I thought, yep, black man there's going to be a change.
The wife's Swedish. What do you expect? What do you expect? You know, the UN it should never have been placed in America in the first place.
For real. Well,
it should never have been put in America in the first place.
The United Nations, for everyone that doesn't know, the United Nations America puts perhaps 85% of any money they have going through there. Okay? It's the
But
same.
they owe it billions, don't they? And they won't
right.
pay it. They
Well,
won't.
they owe
They
the
wouldn't
world
pay it because they
billions.
didn't like the Egyptian guy.
That's right.
Boutros Ghali. That's why they got rid of him.
That's right. Another one gone.
You know, but people have to look into a lot of America's motives and what they do. And I mean, Clinton, I don't know how the man can have the gall to say that this is what he's doing when he's just been impeached for lying.
Yeah.
No one should believe a word that comes out of his mouth.
You understand? And then again, Tony Blair's already proved himself to be a liar, because when people was voting for him, one of the things that he used as a to put in the votes was that he was going to ban all kind of animal hunting in the country once he got in. As soon as he got in, he reneged on it.
Well, the Labour Party, I mean, I work for an organisation, and apparently there was a conference, and he came and he said, one of the ministers came and said something really outrageous, and someone stood up and said, New Labour, you mean new bollocks?
Really?
And and this is what it's about, and I'm telling you, the Labour Party is not the Labour Party that it's supposed to be.
They're conservatives.
They're conservative. I'm so glad I didn't vote for anybody, because I was not fooled from the outset.
Okay.
I was not fooled.
Well, you know my opinion, and I'm not going to say it because people get on the phone and say, Commissioner, you're out of order, and what, you know?
Anyway, that's just my contribution. Have a good show. Take care of yourself.
Say hello to your mum for me.
I will do.
You take care.
And you. Bye-bye.
0795-777-5477. Did you all hear that? You know, we got Sister D out there saying, yep, totally out of order. Wrong. What can we do about it? And furthermore, you know, some people out there have got that opinion that all of these people are in one club, all of these leaders, and they're just playing games with us, the common people. Good afternoon, caller. You're in tune to Genesis.
Good afternoon, Genesis. Good afternoon, London. How are you, man?
Safe, brother. Your phone's cracking up, though. Carry on and we're trying.
Yeah? Hey, man. This is involved in a war in our war, man. Bear with me.
Sorry, Bridget, we lost you. Try again there, please. 0795 777 Your phone sounded a bit like it was in and out. Give us a try again and let's see if we can get it a lot clearer. Yes, London, it's time for you all to tell everyone else how we feel about this situation. War is raging over our head, see? We're here trying to sort out ourselves and get our act together, and people's putting it back. Good afternoon, caller. You're in tune to Genesis Radio.
Good afternoon, Genesis. Me again.
Yes,
can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound clearer now.
Nice. Tell me something, man. The last time I spoke to you was talking on drugs, yeah?
Yes.
Can I finish off that topic and come back to today?
Yeah, man, it's your time, man.
Okay, listen. If you remember the days of Kissinger, you was talking about psychological warfare was going on.
Henry Kissinger.
Yeah.
Yes.
Piece of Vietnam, a piece of Lagos, a piece of Angola, a piece of everything, except for the peace.
Yep.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or just for the minerals. Okay, this war has started. It's been going on in our community, and our eyes been closed to it. Okay, let's break it down. We had some front line then, from north, south, east, and west of London. Dig where I'm coming from?
Yes.
They're not there no more, yeah?
Yes.
If they are, they're invisible.
Yes.
Dig what I'm saying?
Yes.
But most of them have moved back in our communities onto our council estate and they are so invisible you can't see.
them.
When I say invisible, the herd bound to be noticed because what you have to do is in bulk and he ain't making the money. And then the shithead man, sorry for my language, the crackhead man,
okay,
he's not noticed because his thing is small. Yeah, but what's going on? He's sort of the new modern day Uncle Tom, if you dig what I'm saying.
The crack man.
Yep.
Okay.
Whether you like it or not, or bag of wire, the white man is using him as a weapon or tool to weaken our family structure, and it's effective. And it's been working because from a guy's on that, whether rich, poor, young, you know, indifferent, black, white, you dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he can't see that habit, he got teeth. And the people who's closest to him, he's going to start teeth to. Whether you like it or not. You dig what I'm saying? To feed that habit. Yeah? And now it's affected our community.
That's right.
Well, I was listening to Power Jam when we were here, Sister Telephoning. And she said, we do not have a problem here. And she lives in Brixton. I think she's living in the cuckoo.
She's saying that they haven't got a problem.
Yeah, I think she has flown over the cuckoo nest, if you dig what I'm saying.
Yeah, man, for real.
And the thing she was saying, dig this as well. Paul Joe was talking what you was talking today, and they got cut off short. Yeah?
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say, dig what you're saying, and let people dig what you're saying. Have a free chat, but don't get cut off.
For
You dig
real.
what I'm saying? It's not our war. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, this is why we need to talk about it, because
Okay, let's talk.
we're in the middle of it, my brother.
Okay, let's talk about this war, the bombing and all that. Okay, let's go back. Me and you grew up in England.
Yeah.
Some of us born in the Caribbean, come over here.
Yes,
Some of us supposed to go back. We haven't made it back.
yes.
Now, at the end of the day, we were looking to our parents' dreams and what they had for us. We have failed, whether we like it or not.
Uh-huh.
The other time I talked to you, I was telling you, we do not have no rights. And now you have to make a war come along to make you know we don't have no rights. Okay, dig this now. Me and you lived through 3 famines or 4 famines within Ethiopia. Yeah, in Sudan as well. Now, have Iraq given me money to them starvation?
Has Iraq?
Yeah, have Saudi Arabia given you money to them starving Ethiopian big belly? Huh? Have they? All I could see they did contribute in pulling down Ethiopia. Eritrea take one state out.
Well,
You
I don't
know what I'm
know.
saying?
I hear that, but I hope someone will correct me. But I've never heard of Sudan bombing anywhere in Africa,
But at the end
especially
of the day,
Ethiopia.
at the end of the day, he didn't have the technology. He had to go to the West for that technology, and he turned around and bite the hand what feed him. America was giving him money to defeat Iran, his next door neighbor. Am I right or wrong? The war didn't work out, and his country was bankrupt, so he didn't want to take a sister land called Kuwait. Am I right or wrong?
I'm
But
hearing.
then Reagan or his people or George Bush didn't feel too good about that, so they decided to go to war with him. And within that war, didn't you learn a lot about modern technology? If they could wipe out Iraq like that and make Saddam Hussein run, hey, Belgium, what do they have in store for us? All we have to do is send our kids to school, let them learn what they're supposed to learn, and come home and try and build our community, and can get the chat show on the right frequency. Because the guy before, Lee,
Yep.
who telephoned, I feel sorry for the guy. He's talking and arguing for a man who's not responsible and don't care about me or you. At the end of the day, he don't care about Mother Nature. When he lost the war in Kuwait, he stuck to his promises. He got pollute the place with oil. One thing, them helpless fish, them helpless bird, seagulls, them helpless animal what Kuwait messed up. Not Kuwait, Saddam messed up. No one ain't talking for them, man. All they want to talk is feel sorry for what Clinton have done right from Blair. Lionel Blair, cousin or brother. You think what I'm saying, man?
So what you're actually saying then is that these two men is perfectly right to do what they're doing.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's none of our business, man.
No,
I'm saying we live in England.
my brother, listen.
Huh?
Listen.
Go on.
Listen. If tomorrow me and
Yeah.
you go out on the street and say, oh, we had over 400 years of slavery and it was wrong and it should be sorted out, all right?
He's not gonna stop.
Hold on. And the Brazilian or the Iraqian or the Iranian or the Kuwaitian stands up and says, boy, nothing to do with us. What we gonna say?
Yeah, but wasn't the Kuwaiti, the Iraqi, the Brazilian, same people who were Spanish in Brazil responsible for slavery? No one ain't talking up for us, so
Yeah,
why
it
should we
was.
talk up for Iraq? It's a waste of time, waste of money. Because at the end of the day, we got our own problems over here to deal with. Because at the end of the day, the government of Barbados ain't got to stand up for me and you.
My brother, I still feel you're missing the point, you know. As I said,
Oh,
look,
educate me,
as
man.
I said to you, right, look, okay, one missile costs over £600,000.
Yeah, and that
Do you
could
know
go
that
to
money-
my community.
Pardon?
That money could go to help build up Southwark, Lambo.
Right. Well, then it has got something to do with us.
It
Even though we're
does.
saying it's not our war.
No.
How comes we're suffering for the war? How comes the money that should be going and being spent on our children's education, on us, on our old people, and everyone else in this country is being blown up on bombs?
Oh, at the end of the day, that do have something to do with me, because I would like that money to come home and help build up my community instead go to Russia.
Because remember,
or
you know,
even Saddam Hussein, or even going to the IRA.
Remember,
I like
you
to
know,
see that money in my community.
Remember, you know, my brother. On one hand, right, we've got people saying, look, you all took so much out of Africa, we want it back now. And the people are saying no, but they're prepared to spend billions in a 4 or 5 day war.
Because, listen, at the end of the day, what they're talking out of Africa is the African man fighting the right fight to stand up for what he's talking up. He isn't. I think the West Indians are fighting a better fight, or the black man in the West Indies is fighting a better fight for what is for Africa, and the Africans fighting for Africa. Can you appreciate what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we are misrepresenting ourselves in ideas what's going around the world. We're getting involved in things what do not concern us. At the end of the day, we should be concerned about our community, our family, our well-being. Because at the end of the day, you had some months back, Africa get bombed. They claim it was from some Bin Laden. What faith is he? Muslim?
Supposedly, yeah.
Well, did Iraq send any money over to help out them suffering people?
What, in Africa?
Yeah,
well,
I
think, my brother, even if they did, we wouldn't be told.
Okay, if we're not told, at the end of the day, I expect Farrakhan guys to stand up and make up noise for Sudan. But he's not standing up making a noise for the Nubian people in Sudan who's being slaughtered by them same mad, fanatic, satanic, religious people call themselves Muslim, Islam, whatever. It's the same to evil what them practicing now, man.
I hear you.
Say it's in the name of God.
My brother, I hear you, right?
And the same Saddam, the same man.
Listen.
Mubarak man.
Let me put something to you.
Go on.
Have you ever heard of this man called Nostradamus?
Who?
Nostradamus. He was supposed
I see him on TV, some mad Jew predicting this and that.
Okay, well, according to this Nostradamus, right, the Third World War would be between the Arabs and the so-called Western world. See?
Well, it's not our concern, is it then?
Oh, really?
Well, you listen, we can stay out this war, build up our community, educate our family, educate our kids, make we know what's right.
My brother, listen, man, come on, listen, listen, let's check things realistically, Aya. If anyone, right, that England's fighting with right now, decides to come here and start creating havoc or let off gas like how they did in China the other day under the tube station, do you really think that it's not going to affect us?
Well, Jim, they ain't going to get a chance to do that in England because they're not capable, like we're not capable to stand our fight against the white man. You understand me? You think them Arabs come over here and do that?
Yeah, I do actually. I think they will. I think it was the same. You see, the part that I'm looking at is the same part you said, that fanatical part of the Muslim the Muslim family, the fanatical part that would strap a bomb to themselves and go and sit down in a building with full up over 2,000 people and don't care.
But if they were to do that, right, within England and that, they'd be making a sad mistake. You think the Englishman going to sit back and watch one or two white men get blown up and take it? It's not like the Irishman finding the Englishman now. You can't see the Irishman now. It's only when he opens his mouth. I mean, you go in the House of Parliament as black people, they can see me and you. You understand me?
Yep.
We don't need to open our mouth. The Irishman, he can stay up there and they don't see him until he opens his mouth. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we mustn't miss the point of how the Irishman got there. The Irishman bombed his way to the table.
Well, Bridget, if we did try to do that, where would we be?
Brethren, I'm not suggesting for one moment that we try to do that. I'm saying, if we are in a country that is going out and pretending that they are the world police, that they're this and they can... Look, England and America has got the two worst human rights records going right now. America...
Ain't that lovely?
America is supposed to be a democracy.
Ain't that lovely?
Huh?
Ain't that lovely? Ain't that multiracial to you?
They're multiracial.
Ain't that multiracial to you? Ain't that lovely? That's all we learn. Hypocrisy about right and wrong. We can't get what is ours. But all I'm saying to you, sit back, listen and learn from what is going on outside instead of getting involved in people war. We got our own war going on. Well, we deal with that, man. Because at the end of the day, you see the Muslim, then they have their own radio station. The Indian man, their own radio station. And they talk all isms and schism, whether they dislike the Englishman or what is right or wrong. And they don't talk for our cause. No one don't. Then we stand up for ourselves. Let me stay out of that war. If we get pulled in it, then we take a stand. You understand me? Our stand today is with England, our family, and keep our mouth shut. See and blind, hear and deaf. You understand me?
No, I hear you, but that's some little Uncle Tom attitude because you've got too much black... No, hold on. You've got too much black people out there, right, that is letting things affect them. They're letting decisions be made for them. They're making things happening that has a consequence for them, for their family, and for generations to come. And if you're going to stand there and tell me, no, we shouldn't be talking on this, or we shouldn't let them know how we feel, then we might as well lay down and die.
I'm not telling black man to lay down and die. All I'm
Sounds
saying,
like it.
stop getting involved in the wrong war. Stop getting involved in the wrong talk. All I know is
my brother, you don't see that it's all part of the same thing. Don't you see that?
Virgin, if it is all part of the same thing, we're even ready for what Saddam's going through. You understand me? Let me get our basic little home in together. A little basic schools together, a little that together. If the Arab people won't help us long time, when they come to London and see the way we're suffering, they could give us money till we help build ourselves and could bring ourselves out of this damnation. They don't. They like laugh at us. And now their brothers like to pretend they're Muslim. And they will sit back and hear all the rapture nasty things they talk about us, but still yet won't come home and say, "Child, no, we clean up ourselves and deal with ourselves in a positive way and be black and be frank and be right and let's go in a positive way." You understand what I'm saying? We don't have time to waste women over Iraq. You understand what I'm saying? Saddam bite the hand what feed him. Look how much money he took from the West in between that war. They had a war going on in Nicaragua. What were they doing the money? They were buying drugs and frigging up the blacks in America. What do you say about that, Genesis? Huh? What do you say about that? I'm your brother, yes. Don't educate me, man. We couldn't do nothing about Oliver North. We couldn't do nothing about Margaret Thatcher. They were the biggest drug pushers in the world.
That's right.
Worldwide. And they're walking around free. This week, I got busted in a herb house and police come rip open the place. And want to dub me as a con man just because I had a little spliff.
Yep.
Then they can't warn me. They want to sorry, language. They want to mess up the herb, man. You understand what I'm saying?
You see, no, hold on. I hear that, but you're still missing the point. The point being, right? If these two men can stand up in front of the whole world, okay, and do something that the world does not agree with, the little weed man in a little herb shop, he's not even, as far as they're concerned, he's not even human. Do you understand?
Right. I'll show you. You're right what you say, because at the end of the day, they're going to tell you strip search, you could suffer with arthritis, they're going to tell you bend down, touch your toes, and make you feel inhuman for a little herb what the Father created under the heaven and sky. You understand what I'm saying? So, we talk about humanity. I know Mr. Blair don't have no humanity. You understand what they're saying? I know Josh Straw might have a bit of humanity because his son got caught with a little herb and he was selling and trafficking, but he wasn't. You understand what I'm saying? That's part of being multicultural. That's part of being British. We have to learn to live in this thing and get by.
So you're telling me that you regard yourself as British?
Belgium, I live in England. I talk the white man language. I don't know no other language. I'm born in Barbados. I come over England. I keep ball with black man. I went to a predominantly black school. You understand? By the end of the day, all I know when I was in school, I was standing up for the Indian man, I was standing up for the African man. We nowhere. We don't got our community together, man. You dig what I'm saying? We don't have our shops together, man. We don't have control of electricity will come to our house or in our community. Neither even the gas. We don't even have a hospital to call our own. By then, they could go from north, south, west of England. You guys see an Indian temple, a Muslim temple, but where's our West Indian thing, the sons of slaves thing? We're fighting the wrong war. We're arguing the wrong chat. You understand what I'm saying? Come on, come belittle me and tell me that I should stand up for Sterling. I said I can't, Jed. We'll be still losing, man.
Now, wouldn't you see, my brother, you're looking, if you're going to look at it, that's kind of tunnel vision, because you're looking at it and saying, well, it's Saddam was saying. Forget it. It could have been any man. The point is, okay, is that this country has someone that rules it, and America has someone that rules it, that decided to go and bomb the guts out of innocent people. Now, I don't care if you're going to tell me Saddam this and Saddam that, because that's just falling into the same trap what they want us to fall into. They're blaming everything on this one man. Forget that. There's innocent men, women, and children, regardless of what color, what race, what creed they are, seen. They're all part of the human family. Now, it says something terrible about us if we are so wrapped up in our own fight that we can see mass murder going on, mass destruction, the same thing that we've been fighting against for how long, because we know it better than anyone. We've been through it, and we're just going to stand by and say, well, okay, I've got my fight to deal with. That ain't really nothing to do with
Can I come in?
Yeah.
I hear what you said, Virgin. At the end of the day, we don't have no arms. Our armies.
Yeah, it's not about arms, my brother. It's not about arms. It's not about arms.
No, sir. We don't have nothing. Yeah. So we don't have nothing. When we want to stand up and fight a war, what ain't our war? When we want to get involved with ain't ours. We get involved in London with things what ain't ours. Like the Indian man when the teddy boy knew to attacking, the skinhead. Same thing in school, the same thing at work. We got involved.
Okay.
Then at the end of the day, Well, a shitload of Hindus come through with Patel, this name, that name, and coming in our school.
Okay.
Now, where are they? They got the shops, they got the business. Let them stand up for Mr. Saddam Hussein. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear that
Now,
loud
we
and clear.
stand up for ourselves within our community, because at the end of the day, we had a march last year, yeah? This year.
Yeah.
Around, I can't remember, not many people turn up. We have to be wise ourselves why so much people didn't turn up. Because you have New Year come. You see, same black men and women are supposed to turn up. We're going to turn up for this New Year's thing, Eve. And them same people, I've never turned up to one of them New Year's Eve thing, yeah? But them same people, they couldn't turn up. You have to ask, where have we gone wrong? Are we preaching the wrong doctrine? Are we fighting the right fight? Do you understand? Because at the end of the day, our problems are not getting tended to. That's all I'm about fighting you down about. You understand me? I'm sorry to be negative, naive.
Nah, man.
You understand me? I have to, because at the end of the day, we got to stand up for Saddam Hussein, and then we have so much million revenue put away, so much oil reserve put away. What do we have? Nothing, niche. For God's parents and them didn't put away no insurance for us. You forget? We came out of slavery. We came out of bondage. You understand what I'm saying? When we reach over here, our parents had to work to get where they are. They didn't beg Tom, Dick, or Harry for nothing. They couldn't even get a flat. And for those who couldn't get housing or that, they wind up in prison or mental institute. No one ain't talking about them people. Well, no one ain't concerned about them. Then people be writing letters from the Caribbean wondering what happened to them and that. But no one doesn't tell them, but from them might have crack up, this might happen to them, they might have dead out. Look at them people. Let me deal with our own. Let me be concerned with our own problem. At the end of the day, Saddam Hussein, Bill Clinton is wrong. You understand me? That's a bit of humanity there. Now let's go further. Let's think about Mother Nature. Saddam Hussein, he destroyed a lot of fish, a lot of bird, a lot of sea life. Look into that as well. That's a madman. I'm not standing up for a man, man. I'm not fighting the wrong war, Genesis.
All right, my brother.
Give me about half hour to get home, then London telephone and criticize me. By the end of the day, Genesis, bear with me, man.
Okay.
Our war have to come first. Our concerns have to come first.
I hear that.
But we don't have nothing. No one don't stand up for us. Not even our own presidents in the Caribbean when Brixton had right, when London had right. Did they stand up for us? Only one who did stand up was Hindu government. This is what's her name, Gandhi, who in South Africa who started wearing makeup knives. They stand up. That was the first right they had. You understand what I say, Jed?
Okay, my brother, we're going to get some more calls, see?
Okay, then hold on, I'll ring back in the next hour or so, yeah?
All right,
Keep the show going, but just remember what I'm saying.
I hear it loud and clear, man. The whole of London heard it as well, see?
Okay, then. Jalov, guys, hold tight.
Do you all agree with that caller there? Did you hear what the brother had to say? It's not our war. Just keep out of it, man. It's nothing to do with us. See? Just let the people them do what they're doing. I think sometimes we underestimate who our allies are in the world, you know, and who's really...
Come in again, but I really want to disregard the last caller. I think you made your point very well, and you should have really allowed other people to come in our opinion. But when you said, they disregard the fact that all what has gone by. The fact is, when something is wrong, it's wrong. Exactly. There's no two ways about it. I couldn't give I don't care who it is or what. I feel that certain things. I think that ethnic cleansing in Albania is wrong.
It's wrong.
I think genocide in Rwanda is wrong.
That's right.
Yeah, I think that importation of crack cocaine
is wrong.
Is wrong. I think anything that is wrong is wrong. End of story. And let's deal with that principle. There's nothing more to add to that. You weigh up the situation. If it's wrong, it's wrong. End of story. Nothing else can justify it.
My brother, it seems like we've become in this fight here, in the black struggle. It seems like we've become desensitized to pain, Yes. And because we felt so much pain, it's like everyone else's pain doesn't matter, or no one else's pain matters, But wrong is wrong at the end of the day, and we wouldn't like them people to do that to us.
I'll tell you something. As a child, I grew up, and I always get into fights. That was never my concern. What I always get in fight is that I hate bullies. I detest them.
Okay.
They pick on the weak.
That's right.
And I consider that there's always someone stronger than me. And if if there's someone who's always going to bully me, you know, just because they think they're stronger than me. That's wrong. You understand me? I always get into fight for that reason.
That's right.
You know, and if something is wrong, it's wrong. But what my previous caller had to say, really, you know, fine. We need to sort out our community. We've got a hell of a lot of problems. We've got crack cocaine that is destroying our community seriously. My son specifically is on crack cocaine. His name is Darren Martin, and he lives in Deptford. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just come out of prison. You know, and
sorry, Lee, did you say your son?
My son.
Okay.
Darren Martin.
Okay.
Yeah, and he lives in Deptford, in the Deptford area. He went to prison specifically 101% because of crack cocaine.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got involved in it, and I don't know, there's like many other, you know, young blacks, which, you know, this is a fight that we really have to be concerned with. He's got involved in crack cocaine. He went to prison because of crack cocaine. He went to prison. He spent 5 months. He lied his way through, you know, pretending that he was. Well, you know, we have to understand what crack is all about. You know, he's come out, and within the same day that he come out, he's back on crack cocaine. You know, he lives in Deptford, and I really want to expose him. I want to expose all these young kids that are basically think that we appreciate their dirty little habits. And they must clean up themselves, right? You know, I'm no angel, yeah? I smoke my little weed, I'm no angel, you know? But, you know, I come from a disciplined, you know, background where there's some things that are, you know, they are wrong. And when I do wrong, they're not right, they're still wrong.
Wrong.
You understand me?
It seems, my brother, the margin, because as you said, right, where we're coming from, it doesn't matter. Anyone out there that wants to say the misgivings or the shortfallings of our parents when they came here, but where we're coming from, we knew the basic difference between right and
wrong. And, you know, that's right. And, you know, right now we need to tackle the way we're dealing with ourselves in this community. And you see, that's what I'm saying, it's wrong. So what my previous caller there, you know, say, you know, I had this opportunity of selling, you know, coke, and I refuse. I will have nothing to. I don't want that kind of money. See, there's a principle that you have to live. I won't go mug old ladies. You know, I won't rob people in the street. I won't do certain things because it's beyond me. You understand me? But as I said, I'm no angel. Like none of us are in this world. Yeah. That's right. You know, the Tony Blair right now, which is killing, you know, murdering people because of his own political. You know, selfishness, his own racist, you know,
understanding,
agenda,
misunderstanding.
Yeah, and that's what's going on. So it's wrong. You know, if let me tell you something. I come from Jamaica, and there's a thing called a cesspit. It's a toilet. Yeah. Yep. It's what everyone uses. Yeah. And I always have nightmare about that thing. I always have nightmare about falling into
the cesspit.
You know, and not being able to get out. You know, it's unclean. It's death. And I always have a nightmare about it. And to me, when I'm faced with such things like a cesspit, you know, it concerns me. And I want to close it up. I want to deal with it. You know, when something is wrong, it's wrong. Okay? Thank you
for really, you keep it locked.
Thank you.
And boy, you know, I just hope that your son does get some support. That they can come out of it. I've seen men that have been on it terrible, and they come out the other side. And it's hard to say, but for some of them, it's made them a better man.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a weakness within ourselves and our young people that is unbelievable. I don't know why this weakness has come about. It's terrible. It's really, you know, we all have to go under pressure, you know. As I said, I am no angel. I do have my little smoke, smoke my little weed, you know, and, you know, and I can be condemned for that and whatever, and I don't support and tell anybody it's right, you know, it's whatever, and I don't, you know, at the end of the day, if people want to go around smoking cocaine and taking heroin and all that, fine, but I'm saying that, you know, with our young blacks today, really, actually, we have got to try and help them to try and, you know, stop that, you know, I've even got to try and help myself to basically, you know, probably not smoke myself, right? Yeah. But the same thing, as I said to you, that, you know, those are the things that we've got to concern with, really. And if we can really try and put more focus on that, then, you know, and we must really expose ourselves to the things that we do which are wrong. You know, as I said, I even know people who are selling, you know, crack. and you know, coke and whatever and all the rest of it. And I don't necessarily condemn it because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it comes into this country via a bigger source. You know, we are basically just distributors of whatever, you know, garbage within our own community. You know,
and we're right at the end of the chain.
We're right at the we are the basically end user. We're the slag of there.
That's right.
That's where it comes down to. You know, it's designed to be pumped into our community. It's designed to stop us from having thoughts and opinion about what we, you know, what is going on in our life or what's going on around us. You know, and it's really, you know, it's to stunt our sexual
reproduction,
everything. You know, I can tell you listeners that I have done extensive research into crack cocaine. You know, because for the simple reason is my son himself has been involved in it. And I myself,
okay, Lee, tell the young people out there that may be contemplating using crack, what are some of the effects of it?
Well, I'm telling you, crack cocaine is basically it's a substitute for sex. Yeah?
Okay.
That's the effect it has on the body and the mind. It's a substitute for sex. You see, once you become involved in crack cocaine, you can substitute sex for it because it's the same kind of feeling. That's what it's designed to do. You become less sexual towards sexual and use that as a sexual alternative.
Okay.
So that's why, let me explain to you why people get hooked on it. Because everybody gets hooked on sex. I mean, we grow up as children, we grow up to have that unnatural urge to want to have sex. Now, I'm using this word because there's no other way that I can really describe to people out there how addictive this thing is and how it actually works on the mind.
Okay.
Yeah? Now, what I'm saying now is this, you know, it can be stopped, but it's not going to be stopped by just talking about it.
No.
You know, there has got to be like interesting people, got to go through the community day and night, whatever. A group of people have got to go through the community. Let's go to, you know, and find where, you know, young black people's schools, and they've got to go through and, you know, bring in people who themselves have been through cocaine. I mean, I can, you know, take you up and down the four corners of the earth, and I can show you, especially, I'll just talk about black kids. I don't know one black person who's been involved in cocaine and had to have a successful life at the other end. It's either produced death and destruction. Marvin Gaye was blown away by his father because of crack cocaine. That's the, you know, right now I'm talking about this because it's heavy.
Yeah.
You understand me? And I feel that even at the point, if I couldn't even help my son, I'd rather destroy him than to see him go to the level that I know that he can take you.
So tell me something. When you was going through this, right? If you knew who your son's supplier was, what would you have said to them?
Well, you see, the thing is about it, my friend, I can't do, you know, this to say that I can't do anything about it. You know, I am not gonna pick up the phone and call the police and say, look, such and such, because I have no justification over that. You know, at the end of the day, they know damn well, they're the ones who are making sure that that system is in place in our community. I think that it's all up to us as collectively to fight against it. I can't say to you, you know, okay, I'm going to go and beat up his supplier, because at the end of the day, this thing is so devastating that, you know, from one supplier to the next, and the next. You understand me?
I hear that.
So how am I going to, you know, go and attack one or you know? Okay.
So how are we as a community going to face this then?
Well, then in that case, we're going to have to basically get into our community, and we're going to have to talk to our suppliers, you know, the end users, which are the people are really the traffic for the main suppliers. They're not, you see, when we talk about the suppliers, let's not talk about the little guy, you know, in the community.
On the street corner.
No, forget him. He's already hooked himself on it. That's why he's doing it. And he makes a few bob out of it. Let's talk about the suppliers. Let's go right to the top now and talk about, you know, these big multinational police, for instance. Yeah? We know that there's a what do you call it? There's the National Front. There's a racist element in this. You know, let's talk about it from bigger level than this. And if we really want to talk about the supplies, then we're gonna have to speak to government, police, and that sort of people.
Okay.
Because obviously it comes into the country. If they can't stop it coming through their door, then how the hell? And at the end of the day, they're making a vast amount of money out of it. Probably they don't care. As long you see what some people may care about, and they're the main control of it, is who is most affected by it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if it was mostly affected in a white community by white people, then they would do more about it, wouldn't they?
For real.
Yeah?
They do a lot more. Look at the death with, what's it, Leah Betts?
That's right.
The policeman's daughter.
Yeah.
They clamp down on all of the clubs. They,
right.
You know what I mean? They pass laws, everything.
Yeah. But still, somebody has to make money out of it. So why not just let the black community deal with it, and that's it. And we are now basically, we spend, we steal, we really destroy our whole life to make some, high-up detective or policeman, because you see, this stuff don't come through unless it's basically allowed to come through.
Yeah, it has to be sanctioned.
It has to be sanctioned. This kind of money that this thing turns over, heroin, cocaine,
drugs industry.
Drugs industry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's vast amount of money, and nobody, who's higher than the actual silly little dealer on the street is going to allow that kind of money to be flowing through, and they have no control over it. It's ridiculous.
For real. For real. Well, we know, sir. I think there's a lot of naive people out there that wouldn't believe it. But England and America right now, as far as drugs are concerned,
they're in it.
That's right, man.
It suits their agenda at the moment.
Of course.
It suits their agenda. Confused. We're the weakest part of their link, as they say. Okay, keep them confused. And, our prison system needs to still keep to be running. We need to give people jobs. We need to have an underclass.
That's right.
To
keep the economy
stable, that's right. And again, the fingers always could be firmly pointing at the blacks. They never really progress. They're dismantled. They're all over the place, and we have a problem to keep them under control. Our prisons, our mental institutes, we all keep it going. Our experiments with them, and whatever, it all goes on. They are the underclass, and
we know that's a situation. How old is your son?
He's now 22.
Okay, how do you see his future? You look 5 years down the road. Not him personally, but for people of his age, for people right now.
Well, I can tell you personally, his future, I'll give him 80. Well, I'll give him 3 months from this time. If he's lucky, we'll be back in prison, which probably. He will start his burglary. I mean, he used to be a decent boy.
So how does it feel, man, as a father, as a daddy? How does it feel to see something like this and
well, it's
to
terrible,
have no control?
I've got a lot of future for the boy, you get me? I mean, I wanted to basically, he's like my only son in a sense, and I wanted I've always sort of felt that, me and him as a 2T, we could always basically depend on each other, but he wants to depend on cocaine. But let me explain also that he's got other half-brothers, and these half-brothers, they're all on coke. There's about 3 or 4 of them, they're all on coke as well. And
so that's something that's affecting the whole family, man.
Well, it's more than the whole family. There's young kids on it, young girls on it. They started dabbling in it, and it's really like, it's there, you get me?
So now, come on, Lee, and I know I've asked you already, but put it in a nutshell for the community. What's the kind of help that we need to be giving?
Really, we just need to, I don't know that we have the power to stop these people from supplying us with it, but maybe we have to start dealing with ourselves, we have to start, be more vigilant and get in. I don't, as I said, how are we going to stop the supply of it? If we could stop the supply of crack cocaine, heroin, well, we'd be a long way away, wouldn't we? Really.
For real.
So, is to get the police, basically, they're not interested. I mean, they're not interested in, as far as they're concerned, keep it out of their white community and, you know, let it flow in the black community. So they're not really interested, right? Okay, so I think it's down to us, you know.
Yeah, my brother Lee, just a little word here, yeah? You know, if I was in your situation, going through these circumstances, incidences, you know, to me the only option that I would be left with would be to take my son away from this.
Yeah.
Take him away. You know,
Okay.
Wherever
at the moment I'm a bit angry. I hear what you're saying.
Wherever I get the money from, how I get it, I'll get enough for me and him to go away to where it's not around, and take the time and the patience to go through it with him. Get him away from, just get away from it.
I agree with that. I agree with what you're saying, and that's probably the only saviour for him. It's really, his faith is probably in my hands in a sense, because I don't think because I mean, to be totally honest with you, he's so weak at this moment.
He has no control of the situation.
I don't think he's got control of the situation, and I think, you know, like, they all don't. There's none of them out there doing it has control of it. You know, maybe they can still laugh and cry and have fun, but at the end of the day, once you're involved, once you've been, once that thing has exploded in their mind, it's become theirs. Even the smell, even the place, even the time, anything can set them off on it again. And once you've you know, it's all a memory thing and all that. But you're right. What you're saying to me. I mean, I thought that 5 months of prison away, and I know the prison that he was in, and I visited him, and I made sure that he was okay in there, and I've done, you know, everything for him. But I thought that prison did keep him away from me.
Okay.
Let me explain that to you. It did, because, you know, I kind of like know that prison.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know that it was far away, and I know it's a very small prison, and I know that for them to have that kind of access,
everyone
that
would
kind
know.
of drug, which I certainly would not, you know, tolerate him having in there. So I thought he kept away from me. He was doing a lot of physical exercise in there, and he talked a lot about how, you know, he's doing his progress, and that he's, you know, how his future is, you know, he's got a good future ahead of him. He's really picked up himself, and you know, I'm astonished really as to how he could have be claiming so much one thing, and then he turned totally. I mean, I went to his flat the other day, and I found Evian bottles with holes in it, and you know, and he's really messed out on it, you know. And I even though I confronted him in the most dramatic way, it's like it's not registered. It's like I'm talking to 2 bricks.
Yeah.
Do you get me? It's as if you rub them together.
Yep.
They don't even react. And I find that really amazing. You know?
I hear that.
The depth of,
listen, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to share something with you, and I'm not suggesting that you do this for 1 second or anyone else out there. But I had a very good friend, okay, who got wrapped up in that same business. And I went to him and I said, look, you know, you can't be doing this, rare. His attitude was, look, it's nothing to do with you. I'm a big man. I can do what I want. Now, a group of us decided one day what we would do is actually go down to his flat and tie him up. Yeah, for real.
You're damn right.
And we tied him up, and we just fed him. You know, make sure he didn't nasty up himself or nothing. But tied him up and make him sweat it out. You know, now, I must admit, for about 4 or 5 months, he was fine. And then he was obviously just, you know, it wasn't the strength. He didn't have the iron will to really conquer the thing.
Well, you see, what you're saying there, that can't be the answer, because you see, as I said to you previously, he had 10 months in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5 of which he had to do, you know, and he did 5 months. And as I said to you, I know the kind of prison that he was in, and I trust it. I said to myself, I was pleased that he went to prison. You know, to say that I was really happy that he went to prison. All I hope that, you know, and he did go to a kind of all right prison. Do you understand me? Their regime about in and out of drugs is serious. I mean, you know, it's just not really there on that level. You get the odd, you know, people swallowing hot things, and you know, but it's not enough to supply a prison to make it, to keep someone on that. They have good gym facilities there. They have sort of educational systems there, you know. So what I'm saying is that I really thought that, you know, he would have fought it, because that's why he went there in the first place.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I mean, the whole destruction is 22 years of life. You know, it was the last year of crack cocaine. I mean, he used to do very well.
Yeah.
You know, ambition, drive a decent car. I mean, crack cocaine destroyed the body. Yeah.
Strips away everything, man.
Yeah. It sucks the marrow it sucks the oil from the bone. Yeah. And it drops you. Yeah. And when he went in, he looked like E.T. Big head, small body. When he came back out, his head was in proportion with his body. You know. And so therefore, I thought, fine, he's fighting it, he's got it. Now all he needs was just a little willpower.
Yeah.
You know, just to say, listen. I even said to him, be an example. Say to other people that you've been there.
Yeah.
And you've done it, and it ain't really all that clever. Well,
That's
it's not
right.
clever. You say to people, look, I can see how stupid this thing is, really. You know, it really is. Crack cocaine is, let me explain to you what it is. It's a docile drug. It's a pathetic drug.
Yeah.
Do you understand me?
It's
It
like
has
having
no
a lobotomy.
value.
It's like being lobotomized.
It has no value. It has no taste. It has no good feeling. It's crap. It lasts for two split seconds and it's gone. Do you understand me? All it does is it keeps calling you back. It reminds you of the very first time you've taken it. You know, and that first time you've taken it, you know, it's all a designer kind of idea, and it's got something in there. It's, you know, it's deliberately put in there. It's deliberately orchestrated,
Of
because
course.
it just keeps the mind
Unfocused.
asking for it.
That's right.
Do you understand me?
That's
It just
right.
keeps it- And once the mind asks for it, the body, you know,
Has to
it all
follow.
goes together. It follows, yeah. You know, so it's, you know, sometimes you can even say to yourself, so I don't want to do it, but you do it. But I still say to all those people out there who's on crack cocaine, you're weak. Because I smoked it as an experiment, and I smoked it in pipe after pipe. I spent hundreds of pounds smoking it, hundreds and hundreds of pounds smoking it, as an experiment, because I said to myself, I wanted to know what this hell this thing's all about.
So in that time that you was experimenting, did you ever feel to yourself that you was hooked on it?
I came to the point near, but that was the time to stop it. You understand me?
Okay.
You understand me? I mean, it even called, after smoking it, it starts to call you. You just have to tell it no. And in no uncertain terms, you have to say no. You understand me? And that's the key word is no. You know, and at the end of the day, really, what you've got, what cocaine smokers have to understand is, you know, who's the boss here? You know?
Him or the drug?
Yeah, who's the boss here? Now I can tell anybody I've smoked it intensively, not because I smoke it because of my son. You know, I smoke it because of a lot of other black people out there, young black people, and I want to know what the hell is this drug all about. I came in contact with this drug when everybody was going. That was in 1980. I came in contact with people who was going crazy, snorting it all over the place.
Okay.
And they were going, all black people going crazy over it. It made them feel expensive. They thought they were big. They thought they were like film star and all that. And it just went crazy. Right to 1990, right 98, you know, our young kids really are now just freaking out. They think they're also a little movie star and film star, and they're on a set, you know.
And it's acceptable now.
And it's acceptable, you know, and they can wear a Gucci and they can say, oh, you know, I smoke crack. And so it's become, so they made it designer, and they've got a lot of things to go with it. And so they're really confused about crack cocaine. They're wasting their money and they're wasting their time. They can't even, to be honest with them, I want to tell them, right, that, you know, sex, once you're on crack cocaine, sex becomes a no. You can't even have an erection. You can't
no
feel
feelings.
sexual matters. You have no sexual feeling. It is in your head, but you can't satisfy a female. A female can't satisfy herself. A man can't satisfy a female. It's just it's a drug that controls. It's selfish drugs, and it you know, it mugs you off. It takes the piss out of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it's kind of self-destruction.
It's a self-destruction. Yeah. Anybody who deals with crack cocaine is literally signing their own obituary to failure,
Okay.
if not death.
Brother Lee, The whole of London heard, and in particular the young people.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for having the strength, to share that with us.
That's no problem, man. It needs to be said, and it needs to be keep on said all the time.
Okay.
It needs to be dealt with properly.
Okay, you
Good
keep
night.
it locked, all right?
Yeah, thanks a lot.
One love.
Bye.
0795-777-5477. Now, before we even go into that, listen, I don't want no one phoning up and calling no one else guys, kids, or no cussing. I'm cutting you off. Good afternoon, caller. You're in tune to Genesis Radio.
Yes, professor.
Yes, my brother.
Kenneth Duffin and what he said that it's got nothing to do with us, yeah?
Uh-huh. The brother that said it's got nothing to do with us.
Yeah, the war thing.
Okay.
Yeah? Well, I felt the repercussion of that last night. See?
Okay.
I was going down to Lewisham, yeah? On the Victoria line, and everything was going well. When we get to King's Cross, his brother come on the tube, and the brother sit down next to me, and everything was going good.
Okay.
Then a white lady, not being racist, came on the tube and sat opposite of me facing, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And the brother just started to let off in Arabic, white people, America, England. And I tell you, I was right in the crossfire.
Okay.
Dig?
Okay.
So when you say that, anything and, what happened is the fanatics, them, get the opportunity, which they wouldn't, as the brother say, because the security and everything in the environment which we live in.
Yeah, but even that, my brother, because look, we heard Brother Lee just talk there. This security things is a bit of a joke, because if they can't even stop the drugs flooding in across the borders into the country, all right, how are they going to stop a man that really is on 10 on coming here because he feels that these people are blowing up, they've blown up his whole family?
Anything can happen, my bedroom,
Mm-hmm.
So, security this, security that, and he even make a point concerning the tribulations that he went through concerning just having liquor ganja, legal weed, So, what I'm saying here, my brethren, you said we're on the end of the chain. We're not on the end of the chain. We're the strongest link in the chain, yet in spite of all the tribulations that we go through. Brother Brown made the point early on, some 3 weeks ago, what is democracy? It is not democracy. The demons are crazy. As you said, the big guy and the small guy and the bullyragging business.
Yep.
I totally agree with Lee and, Sister Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling from Hackney, man, but what I'm saying here is like, I felt the repercussion of it, even as Lee saying sick for watch it on the television.
For real.
Are the only thing the Genesis family do. They watch the news and I eat that.
That's right.
And we see it and we feel it. So, I'm not picking on the virgin, but as I say, I felt the repercussion of that still,
Okay.
And, give thanks, and we will always fight down war and crime,
No matter
it's not
what
right.
it is.
No matter where then who against
That's
war
right.
and crime, it is not right.
That's right.
That's
right.
Revelation, man,
Okay, my brother.
And great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised in the city of our God, in the mountains of his holiness. Beautiful for situations. The joy of the whole earth is Mount Zion, on the side of the north, the city of the great king,
Mm-hmm.
In spite of all that they did and everything that they do to our people all over the world. As, Brother Peace say, we stand up for the next brethren because it's bullyragging business all over the world, and who feels, don't want to speak or, it is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It is wrong, my brethren. It is wrong, man.
And if we can't say it's wrong, then my personal feeling on that is might as well we just lay down and dead.
Exactly, and our anger and our hurt will always come out in a positive way, because as I say, we feel it.
For real.
For
real, my brother.
But give thanks and, keep up the works and big up to everyone, man,
All right. How we sounding up there in Hackney?
You sound Chris Rasta, and every time me just play it loud because, whether them hear or they don't hear, I'm listening to it. See?
Okay. Yeah, my brother.
Selassie,
One love.
Rastafari.
Guidance. You were hearing it there again, all the way from Hackney. Wrong is wrong at the end of the day. 0795 777 5477. Yes, I can understand my brother what he was saying still, There are issues that we need to deal with at home, but it still affects us. It still affects us, and it don't make sense we bust a pebble when there's a big rock in front of us. Good afternoon, caller. Your name, please.
Hello. Genesis.
Yes, yes.
Tell the community
politics talking about fighting for his community.
Can you talk up a bit?
Tell him that's community politics he's talking about. Tell him thank you for his communication, letting people know what's going on within our community about drugs. But tell the guy who just telephoned, I still feel right about my ideas. We have to deal with ourselves first. Hold tight, ring out, let it.
Yeah, my brother, the only reason I cut you off is because you said tell the guy. Now, sorry, I'm going to tell everyone, if you phone up here and you call anyone guy, gal, kid, or any cussing, I'm cutting you off. See? And it's as simple as that. I'm not in it no more. I've tried to hold my tongue and let you all speak the way you want, but certain things is just disrespect. Good afternoon, caller. You're in tune to Genesis Radio.
Oh, yeah, I'm Usman from Oakenford.
Are you talking to Commissioner? Who am I talking to?
Usman from Oakenford.
Okay, brother Usman, what would you like to say to London?
This thing is about a new world order, yeah?
Yes.
It is not about a race or any people, yeah?
Okay.
These people, the colonial imperialists, they want to put everybody on slavery, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's rape, yeah?
Okay. Now, Usman.
Yeah.
What, are you Muslim?
Yeah.
Okay. How does the Muslim community here in our community feel about all of this thing that's going on?
Because it's foolishness. These people are criminals.
Okay.
They are criminals.
So you don't see, it's not, because you see, what I'm seeing is that there's people who, for whatever reasons and purposes, would love right now to have what they would call a holy war or a jihad, or, you know, a war between the two different gods or the two major gods on this earth, supposedly. And it seems like that's the kind of direction they're trying to push us into.
Yeah, that's what they want to do, but it's not going to happen.
Okay.
Right? But what every black man needs to know, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It's not about Arabs or Muslim or anybody, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
America and these people, they want to put everybody on slavery.
Yeah.
That's real. This is the introduction of the New World Order.
It's about the New World Order.
Yeah. All this weapon, these are the latest weapon which they have made, yeah? They want to test them.
Yes.
They want to show the world what's coming on.
Yes.
Right? They want to show everybody, and it is right in front of our face.
Mm-hmm.
They're showing us what they want to do.
So they're just giving us a lesson. They're just telling us, look, if you all get out of line, look at the power that we have.
True.
So, okay, where do we go from here, my brother?
What we need to know, we need to come together and know what's really going on. Because we are going to be the free. We are going to be next.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not about the Indians or the Arabs, yeah?
Yes.
We are the free. It is we that they really want. Right?
Okay.
This is just an example.
Of what's to come in the future?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we as black people, it doesn't matter, either you're British or you're African or you're whatever,
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
When it really comes on, whether you're in anywhere you are, you're going to be on the slavery, and that's real. So the next thing that they are about to do is the income support. They will definitely stop it.
Yes,
right?
yes.
These people are going to force each and every one of us to work, and they're going to monitor us.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to put us on the slavery. So we need to really know this. All right?
And get our act together.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, my brother Osman.
All right, bro.
Thanks you for calling in, all right?
All right, then.
And you keep it locked.
All right, bro.
Okay.
Peace.
Are you all hearing that? Loud and clear out there in the London community. See, now that's the first of one of our Muslim family that's phoned in and shown us their views on it. I'd like some more, you know. I'd like some more. And again, if you all have got anything else you want to reason about, you know, well then just drop it in, man. Good afternoon, caller. You're in tune to Genesis Radio. Your name and from where are you in the London region calling, please?
Yeah, my name's Picky, yeah, but it's I'm calling from Wandsworth, yeah, but hear the joke, yeah. You see, like right next to you, yeah, there's a station playing like jungle music, yeah.
Okay.
And I can't pick you up at all. I can hear you slightly, yeah.
Mhm.
I can't pick you up, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're trying to block us out, my brother.
That's what I'm saying, man. For real, you understand?
Okay.
Like, I don't know if you can contact them and tell them to just ease back a bit. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what?
Yeah?
I think that jungle station is actually a police station.
Well, it looked like, you know, because the frequency where they're spread, you know, and they're spread wide. You understand?
For real. For real. And at the end of the day, it's because they don't want us to talk to each other.
You see, because I hate the joke here, because this morning he was coming out clear.
Yes.
And boy, I just step up my yard there. When I come back in now, boom, I can't hear you.
Everything's fuzzy.
So if the knowledge is spreading now, you're trying to cut off.
For real, my brother.
You understand?
For real.
That's definite, because the whole of last night I could hear you off and on here, but now as soon as you're talking knowledge now, boom,
You understand?
Everything
So
go
it's all these
funky.
things have to check, man.
All right.
You know, all right, take it easy, yeah?
Before you go, how's everyone up in the Walthamstow region?
No, it's Wandsworth, man, Wandsworth.
Wandsworth.
Yeah.
Okay. How's everyone over in Wandsworth?
Well, it's a straightforward. Everyone's just doing their own thing, man. You know.
So it's the same as it is.
Almost everywhere you go, you know what I mean?
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
That's why it's more stations like this we need. You understand?
For real, my brother. And there's more people we need like you to phone in and even just put these people straight and tell them to wake up, man.
Serious thing. You understand? You know?
Brother, you keep it locked up there in Wandsworth.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
And the signal's going to get a lot stronger over the next couple of days, so...
Of course,
you know?
Of course, you understand? Because,
I'm talking our signal, because we know what they're doing.
That's what I'm saying. Because as far as I can see, you've been in there enough time here, but it's just the beginning. And then, brothers, even if they hear my voice right now, it's just the beginning. But you understand?
Yeah.
You just like you see the plaster work man doing building.
Yes.
That's just the plaster work.
Yes.
There's more to come.
That's right.
You understand? That's just the beginning.
So you're backing up again what Osman just said. This is all a part of the New World Order, really.
Yeah, for real. You know?
Okay, my brother.
Listen, I'm going to go now, yeah?
Yeah, you keep it locked, all right?
Yeah, man, definitely.
Thanks for the call.
All right, no problem. Easy.
Okay, all over London, we've got the people them locked in, and there's problems here and there's problems there, but you will know how it goes with Genesis Radio. Anytime you will start talking and it just gets a bit too heavy, then, you know, out comes the old jungle. See? Remember last week we talked about the Willie Lynch? How much you want to bet me that DJ that's playing the jungle right now is a little black boy? I'll bet you any odds. See? 0795 777 That's the number to get you through. This is the People's Talk Show, and it's your time. See, whatever you've got to say to the community, whatever you think we need to hear, whatever you think we need to know. As you heard, Brother Lee phoned in there and told us about one of his own children that's caught up in the crack business. Is there any future for us? How are we going to fight this? Good morning, caller. You're in tune to Genesis Radio.
Yeah, Jumbo, sorry about it here.
Yes, my brother. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Okay, I'm safe.
How's the family?
Yeah, everyone's fine, man. And yours?
Yeah, fine.
Good.
Listening some listening as well.
Have you got your radio on there?
Oh, yeah.
Turn it down for me.
Okay. Yeah, about crack cocaine.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, somebody told me that drugs were made for black people. I thought, yeah, right. Well, nobody, if it was made for black people.
My brother, I can hardly hear you. Try and phone me back, because the line's terrible at the moment.
All right, okay.
All right.
All right, good.
Line's a bit getting misty at the moment, but you'll please try. If you try and phone back again, brother, now it should be a lot clearer. 0795 777 5477. Good afternoon, caller.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm calling Sister P from Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you speak a bit closer to the phone, sis?
Yes, hold on a minute. Because it was saying you're out of range several times.
Okay, where are you?
Well, I'm in Sorry and I always get you clear.
You get us nice and clear?
Before, but not today.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, sis, as I said, to the callers that usually get us clear and can't right now, over the next couple of days we're going to boost our signal yet again to try and overcome this little problem that these people keep putting in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
But at the moment, whilst you're on, what would you like to say to London?
Yeah, it's about the war that's going on.
Okay.
I agree with Brother Lee. Wrong is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And if we see something going on and it's wrong, we have to speak against it. Mm-hmm. No matter what our problems might be, it shouldn't blind us to right from wrong.
That's right. That's the way I see it as well.
Yes, because when that happens, that means we, lost our judgment. We can't think straight, and we only can see. Even when things it's about us, we think we're right all the time and not wrong sometimes, and sometimes we're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And if we start thinking like that, then we're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah, because everything we do, we're going to feel we're justified in doing it, just like these people now.
Yeah.
For
but
real.
what I want to say about Saddam Hussein is that man was always a tyrant.
Mm-hmm.
And that the people who are trying to kill him now or, overthrow him now made him into what he is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they gave him the weapons in the first place.
They put him in that position, innit?
Yeah,
England
because
and America.
When he was using those weapons against the Iranians, they gave it to him. And as long as he was killing and, look how many people in Iran now without legs and arms because of that man.
That's right.
And how many people he killed. But once, because they don't like the Iranians, it was fine. And if Saddam Hussein is killing anybody else, as long as it's not them, it's fine. But now the war between Iraq and Iran is over.
It's over.
So who else is going to turn on now? They made him to what he is, so they get frightened. I mean, they have the same weapons. They're telling him he shouldn't have. Who appoint them, overseer of this world? No one.
That's right.
So who telling them they can go in on behalf of the world, the United Nations? And as a matter of fact, the United Nations is run by this country and America.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, even if the other people outvote them, they still go ahead and take action.
And do what they want.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, they make him to what he is, and he's just, just got bigger than what they wanted him to be.
Exactly.
But what I feel sorry for is the children and the women in Iraq who don't deserve what is happening to them. And we have to speak out for their sake. But
because at the end of the day, we wouldn't love that to happen to our children.
No.
So, we can't really look on it happening to other people's children and just turn a blind eye.
But at the end of the day, that man was a tyrant, and he was always a tyrant. And they made him to what he is today. So that's all I have to say.
Okay, my sister.
Okay.
You take care and thanks for phoning, all right?
Yeah, okay.
And as I said
bye.
to you, we're going to get the signal a lot stronger. So over the coming week, you should pick us up a lot clearer.
Yes, I hope so.
Okay, then.
Okay, then, bye.
Bye-bye. Another caller there echoing the same sentiments. At the end of the day, wrong is wrong. And if we're going to stand by and watch wrong being committed, or if we get that kind of attitude where it doesn't concern us, sometimes we're wrong. And that means that we won't even acknowledge the wrong that we're doing. We'll just go on and think everything we do is correct. Every statement we make, every reason that we have for doing this to the white man or whoever else is correct, because, boy, that's another part of the trap. To make, I was taught as a youth that you can't fight fire with fire. Because if I got fire and you got fire and we put them together, what does it make? It makes more fire. See? (0795) 7775477. That's the number that's going to get you through. If you've got anything you want to say to London, give some more calls and tell us, how far out you are and how far you're picking us up. See? And let's just reason together, man. We're coming to the end of the year. There are things that's imperative to us. Let's deal with it. Good afternoon, caller. You're in tune to Genesis Radio.
Yeah, good afternoon, call. What's your name? Sorry.
Commissioner.
Yes, Commissioner. Enough respect still. Yeah, sorry about that. No, my name's Dion and I'm calling from East London still.
Yes, sister.
Picking you up loud and clear. I just want to say enough respect to the sister who just called in. Well, you see this Iran thing here?
Yes.
I'm just telling all the black people like that, you have to watch a film called Wag the Dog.
Wag the Dog.
Wag the Dog, right? It stars Dustin Hoffman and Robert De Niro.
Okay.
And you see all what's going on now, you're going to see it in the film. You will not believe it. The thing about this film, yeah, it's I don't know, it must come out in the last 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
But it was not directed towards us, we would not go out and
watch something like that.
Watch something like that, but believe me, I'm not even going to tell you what it's about. You have to watch the film. And what you see on the TV is going on right now.
So they're just
right,
actually, so what they're doing actually is just playing out a role.
Beloved, big time playing out a role. You see all this news business, the thing about this country,
yeah,
the unseen reality is the reality. What we see on the news, if you don't know how to read between the lines, you're going to be fed a whole heap of foolishness.
That's right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's right. So when these people are telling us, oh, this man is mad and this man this and this man that, and the bombs that we're licking there is only hitting certain targets and there's no casualties, madness.
Exactly. Boy, it's like, you see, a couple of weeks ago with this, with the bombing of Sudan and everything, or a couple of months ago, they come up with this man called Bin Laden.
Yes, and they said it's him.
But where is he now, though?
Understand? Where is
he now?
Where is he?
Exactly. Ask the question. And then when you break down the word bin laden. You know, it's like a little breakdown there now.
Yeah.
The blame has been laden on him.
Yes.
Because they don't want the people to focus on the real criminals.
On who's really.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
They make up these people.
That's right.
They make them up.
So for anyone that doesn't understand that in plain English, the Americans would go into Africa and bomb their own people, plus the Africans, just to tell us that, oh, it's a Muslim thing. The Muslims come and bomb you lot. We have to understand what really is going on.
And another thing as well, you better know that there is black people in Iraq.
That's right.
Black, dark-skinned people all over the Middle East. Don't be fooled.
Sis.
There are brothers and our sisters. Don't be fooled.
No. You got that wrong. All of them people in Iraq